Hello and welcome, friends, to Smart and Social, the new relationship marketing for small businesses, where we help solopreneurs and small business people build on their dreams and develop skills for success. Hi, I'm Lisa Kneller and host of thenewrelationshipmarketing.com. When you stop by that website, thenewrelationshipmarketing.com, I have a free ebook for you titled High Touch, High Tech Marketing for Success. How to maximize the power of networking, social media, and impact marketing for greater sales, more leads, customers, and customer retention. So stop by there. It's free to you. Just put your email in there, and don't worry, I won't be sharing that with anyone. Okay, so the purpose of our live broadcast is to share insight into how you can tap into the expertise of those who have been there and done that. And you can glean from their wisdom. Our guests speak to people in all sorts of small businesses, ranging from real estate, mortgage business, insurance business, direct sales, and brick and mortar. And we cover topics that we all run across in our businesses. And it's our desire to bring you value that you can take home and apply in your business. So today we are focusing on the dreamer, or should I say dreampreneur. And our guest today is Traci Bogan. Hi, Traci.
Hello.
And she is a four-time international best-selling author and an extraordinary leader in the personal development space. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Traci. She is the world's first dreampreneur and leading expert on goal mastery and self-empowerment. She has backpacked 75,000 miles in 6 continents and through 54 countries. That's extraordinary. Traci has made a career of putting herself front and center to show others how to break through their fears and ignite the courage to achieve their boldest goal or most daring dream through her books and her retreats and coaching program. She has been featured on, get this, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, as well as many radio shows. And she's, as I said, she's an international best-selling author of 4 books. Now, Traci has lived in China, teaching English at the World Exchange College of Language, as well as Alaska, Hawaii, Texas, Arizona, and Wisconsin. The breadth of Traci's life experiences is beyond ordinary. As a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, she spearheaded a campaign to increase the criminal statute of limitations for sex crimes on children. Her grassroots efforts helped change Wisconsin's law on child sexual abuse, and it is dubbed the Bogan Bill. Traci works with entrepreneurs to connect with their soul's purpose. I love that. And create more time, money, freedom, and fun in their lives. So get ready to be transported out of your seats and into the nooks and crannies of the world with dreampreneur Traci Bogan. Welcome, Traci, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Lisa, for having me.
Yay. Yeah, so Traci, tell us, we all have dreams in our lives. You know, a lot of people create bucket lists and that kind of thing. What is the difference between a dreamer and a dreampreneur?
Well, I was really good at being a dreamer. I was a dreamer for most of my life. Unfortunately, dreamers are not doers. A dreamer is someone who has a disease called someday-itis. They have big goals, lofty dreams, and exciting aspirations that they intend to pursue someday. But for most, like in the dictionary, death day always comes before someday. A dreampreneur, on the other hand, which took me years to get to, is one who has the unrelenting will to achieve their boldest goal and most daring dream that aligns with their soul's purpose and brings them a life of joy and prosperity. Which one are you?
I'm definitely a dreampreneur.
And what was the needle mover in your life that moved you from dreamer? Because let's face it, most of us start at dreamer. A dreamer is one who doesn't do. The dreampreneur is one who achieves. So I'm sure, did you start as a dreamer and then something happened that moved the needle from dreamer to dreampreneur?
I don't know if it's one particular thing, but I mean, it's taken me, I've had a varied career experience. You know, I'm a yoga teacher and I've done a lot of different things. And I think for me, it's, you know, skill building and building confidence in myself as I was developing those skills and really knowing and coming to a belief that I could achieve those dreams. So that, I mean, the whole mindset thing can take years. And that word belief, which we're going to talk about in a little while, right?
Yes.
is huge. So now you toured the world, right? I don't know, what'd you say? 75,000 miles, 6 continents, and 54 countries.
Yes.
And that's a pretty big feat. So tell us a little bit about how that started.
It started with a hangover. So I'm a girl from Racine, Wisconsin, and I came from a factory life. Right out of high school, I went into the factory. That's what my family did, and that's what I just thought we all did. That's as far back as we can trace my family lineage. We're all factory workers, blue-collar workers, so to speak. And it was having cocktails with my best friend. I got hurt in the factory. I hurt my back and had to go to physical therapy, is where I met my best friend, Amy. And we were just throwing out ideas on a cold, snowy winter, looking out the window. Wouldn't it be nice if we could move in someplace warm? And she threw out Hawaii. Well, 30 days later, we moved to Hawaii. And through her encouragement, I had climbed my way up. I'd gone back to school and climbed my way up the medical field ladder over the course of 18 years. So I started off being a medical assistant and then a phlebotomist, and then I did x-rays, and I was an EMT, and I worked in the morgue and the emergency room. Eventually, I went to school enough and I got to work in the operating room, being a scrub nurse for a world-renowned plastic surgeon in Hawaii. And living there in Hawaii with the kind of exposure that I had to high-profile people and celebrities and so forth, I got a little big for my britches, and I began keeping up with the Joneses and going out 8 days a week and living like a rock star. One night I come home and I wasn't feeling so well from drinking, and I remember going over to wash my face in the bathroom, and I looked into the mirror and I didn't like what I saw. And I looked into my own eyes and I said, I am more than this. I am more than this. What do I want? What do I really, 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 really want for my life? If time, money, and failure were not an object, what would my life look like? And I remember having this vision. I was about 12 years old, playing with wild monkeys in the jungle in Africa. And I went to bed for the night, and I woke up the next morning with that vision in my mind. But that's always been my dream since I've been a little girl, was to go see the world and go on safaris and go play with wild monkeys. And I woke up with a knowingness that today is the day I'm changing my life. Today's the day I'm taking back my power. Today is the day I'm letting God in. And today is the day I am leaving to follow my dream. It was my kind of D-Day. I was done living life as I was living it. And I called every friend in Hawaii and I said, come to my home and take anything that you'd like for free. I'm talking everything in a kitchen, living room, 3 bedrooms, bathroom, closets, everything you can think of, take it for free. I circled a map. I bought a map and circled everywhere in the world I ever dreamed to go, and bought a backpack. And 76 hours later from making that new choice for myself to follow my dream, I was on an airplane to the unknown. My first stop was Racine, Wisconsin, to tell my family of this crazy dream that I was going to pursue. And I had a conversation with my best friend who was going through a breakup and a job that, dissatisfaction at her job. And she said, I'm coming with you. We spent the first year crisscrossing America. And I didn't have the money to go when I left. Let me repeat that. I did not have the money to go when I left. But I had a strong enough why I had to change my life. And when you keep your eye on the why, the what doesn't matter and the how always shows up. I did things like working across America. I sold my plasma. Most people don't know you can earn over $400 a month selling your plasma. I dog walked. I house sat. I collected aluminum cans. I would walk the Alaskan highway for miles and hours with a green sack over my shoulder. And sometime when someone thoughtlessly threw a bottle or a can out of the window, I would pick it up, say, Lord, thank you for this abundance you continually bring into my life. I'm one penny closer to following my dream, going backpacking around the world. And I toss it into the green garbage sack across my shoulder. I'd make a pot of spaghetti last for a week. I ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches 365 days in a row because going out to eat was not in the budget, not an option, off the table, out of the question. None of these things were fast. None of these things were fun, and none of these things were easy. But that was the price that I was willing to pay to afford my dream. And I ask each one of you listening, what price are you willing to pay to afford your dream? What are you willing to do? To give up, to let go of, to forego just for a short period of time, to make room and create the space for doing what's important and prioritizing your action steps to get to the vision. What are you willing to do and give up and let go of? And that's where the journey started. I call it my Hawaii hangover.
That's extraordinary. So it's funny how that dream is like so strong, within you, that you just force yourself to take action, to move forward and do whatever it takes. So that's not easy for people, and that. You said that it's not easy, and people are typically wanting to take the easy way out, but there isn't one, is there? So
yeah, here's the thing, Lisa. We live in a microwave society. We want everything bigger, better, faster, more now, without putting in the sweat equity to actually earn it. Yeah. We feel the world owes us something, someone owes us something, and we don't want to do the work anymore to achieve it. We want everything done for us, it seems like, in today's day and age. If you truly desire something, it's truly your soul's desire, your soul's purpose, your life purpose, that biggest desire, if that's truly what it is, and you know what it is, and you give yourself permission that you're worth it, when you line up your believability about yourself with the excitability of the vision, it will meet you halfway. It will come to you. There's nothing that can't be done. Truly, there's nothing that can't be done when you believe in yourself, that you deserve it, that you can do it, and you line up the intentional action steps daily to achieve it. You see, everything is learnable. Everything is learnable, and everything is doable.
And it sounds like you have that trust, in a higher power, that could guide you and lead you the way too. So I think that's key and crucial to, to feeling safe in the world and to move about and do what it is you want to do. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about your book, The Backpack Diaries.
It's a fun book. It's the true story adventure of two best friends who give away their earthly possessions, strap on a backpack, and set off to see the world. Amy, my best friend, she always knew she was going around the world just to see it. I always knew I was going around the world to discover my role in it, to touch my truth and to find my voice and to get in touch with my purpose and to stand in my power. And halfway through the adventure, Amy was tired of living out of a backpack and missed being in a relationship, and she returned home. And I summons the courage to stay and go another 17 countries by myself. And it was difficult, and it was lonely, and it was trying. A single woman traveling, backpacking the world, going from country to country where I don't know anyone and I don't speak the language, wondering, will I be safe? Will I run out of money? Will everyone be home? What will happen with my friends, with my family? How will I make this? How will I put this together? And really questioning my own internal fortitude and my wherewithal, and if I had the courage and the strength and the perseverance to actually achieve the dream. But here's what I knew. I knew that if I turned around and went home, which would have been so easy to do, that I wouldn't have gotten what I set out on the adventure for to begin with. And that was truly looking in the mirror and growing congruent with my own truth, my own purpose, and my own message, mission, and light in the world.
That's beautiful. That's great. So let's talk about, would you share one of your key
Before we go there, can I say one last thing about the book?
Yeah.
One thing that really separates the book from most other books is I was the first person in the world to use the QR code inside of the book that literally brings the world to your lap in a fun, inspiring way. So it's actually a movie inside of a book. There's 90 minutes of video footage in there, along with a couple hundred photographs. But while you're reading the book, you can watch live video footage and feel like you're right there inside of the experience. It's really incredible. If you get the book for nothing else at all, get it for the inside, behind the scenes Walmart video footage. Or in China, their Walmart equivalent is called Woomart. You can get that book at thebackpackdiaries.com, thebackpackdiaries.com, or tracibogan.com, and that's Traci with an I.
That's fantastic. And technology is awesome. I've lost you. Traci, come back. There you are. Phew.
I hit the wrong button. We had technical difficulties earlier. This is our take 2.
Take 2. Yep, it's okay. We're learning and we're growing. Okay, so yeah, that's really cool. Speaking of technology, so the book, you can actually see live footage of Traci's life while she was backpacking through the world. So that's just extraordinary. So, okay, I want to talk about a key goal mastery secret. What have you got in your little box of secrets?
Oh, so much. One of my favorites, I teach 10 key principles, 10 keys to achieving your boldest goal and your most daring dreams. One of my favorite keys is the believe key. Believe. Believe is deeper than belief. But the believe key is about mastering your thinking. It is done unto you as you believe, and you know with unshakable certainty that you will live your desire, and you know it naturally without thinking about it. It's effortless. It's called unconscious competence, and it's effortless like tying your shoes or brushing your teeth. So you must become the person who would achieve your goals and who would deserve them. You must be that person. So one thing about the believe key is we all have self-doubt. We all have stinking thinking. We all have toxic thoughts. So one exercise that you can practice is to catch yourself thinking of your stinking thinking, of these toxic beliefs that we have. And just by noticing, every time you have one, just by noticing, you take a little piece of your power back. So here's an example. I hear they're excuses all the time. I can't afford it. So that's a toxic belief. You can replace your toxic belief with an antidote, and here would be an antidote to I can't afford it. I really desire this, and I'm working out a way to afford it because I have the resources and the resourcefulness to create whatever I desire. That's a powerful, affirmative antidote to I can't afford it. Here's one more for you. I hear this all the time. Exercise is hard and boring, and I hate it.
I know someone who says that all the time.
As long as you keep telling yourself that every day, of course it's going to be, you're going to hate it, and it's going to, be boring and hard. But the antidote for that, so just by catching yourself doing it, you're taking back a piece of your power. Here's the antidote. I feel great after exercise. I know that I'll live a longer, healthier life, and I will be the example for my family to follow. And with that, we can create more happy years of memories together. You have to tell yourself that you have to see the value in yourself and be excited about the value and about the good health and about the good energy and how you're going to feel. And when we feel better, when we feel about, we bring about. It's not what we think about, we bring about. It's what we feel about, because frequency and vibration, like feelings, attract other like feelings, and it's a perpetual cycle. So if you just, while you're listening, if you just notice yourself catching your stinking thinking and come up with a positive anecdote to battle it, that's half of your battle right there, is just being the noticer.
I think you could probably take that exercise into every event or activity that you do, particularly in a sales situation or something like that, where you go into a situation and you see your fears, you look at your fears and you look at, what you're thinking, and then you just turn it around and even put it in writing, right? So that you can
Yes.
actually visualize the difference between the two thoughts and the two ways of thinking.
Yes.
I love that. Traci, if given a chance, what would you do differently?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would have become a dreampreneur right out of the gate. And I would have been living my passion much earlier in life. But you see, I had my own stinking thinking. And that prevented me from being courageous to follow the path of my dreams, to really get in touch with what is my voice, what is my light, and to stand in the power and bring it to the world. And secondly, I would have only asked, listened to, and followed the advice of those who have climbed the mountain before me, those who already had the results that I am looking to produce specifically. And that would have saved me so much time and money and discouragement and heartache, and energy and effort in my life.
Yeah, because there are a lot of naysayers, especially when a person is at the beginning of building their dream. And a lot of people might think, well, I would never do that dream. So that's really not a good dream,
Right.
And they're I call them naysayers or cynics or, just toxic people, if you will. And so I get that. I get listening to the people that are going to empower you and help you develop your dream, and making up your mind that you're going to do that, and surrounding yourself with those people, right?
And setting up accountability for yourselves. We all have good intentions. We all are going to, how many of you are still living your New Year's resolution or the goal that you set, at a previous time in the year? Most of us start, stop, quit, start, stop, quit. And usually it's based on the good opinion of others, or we get a couple no's, a few rejections, or we get lazy. So when you line up really good accountability, and when you're feeding your mindset with, everything that we intake, every input has an output. So what are you feeding yourself before bed? And what are you feeding yourself when you wake up? Food-wise as well as information-wise. What are you watching on TV? What are you reading? All of those things affect your mindset, which affects your attitude, frequency and vibration, like attracts like, right? And then lining up the accountability. Those are two really important key factors in being able to achieve your boldest goal and your most daring dream.
Very good. I was actually really touched by your story. I read about this, and can you share the fascinating story of your most valued possession?
I would love to. It's one of my favorites, and I wish I could show it to you. I'm in Michigan, and I just took it off. It was a bracelet, and I wore that bracelet for years. And because to preserve it, because it was starting to get stretched out, I took it off just recently to preserve it, but I would love to show it to you. So I was in my most prized, valuable possession in my life is this copper bracelet given to me by a woman in Tibet when I was visiting her home. And she literally took it right off of her wrist and placed it on my wrist. And this is coming from a home of a person who had dirt floors, cement walls, nothing on the walls, and shared her home and her space with many other people living in these confines. And she invited Amy and I into her house and served us yak butter tea. And through a translator, because we didn't speak a lick of each other's language, through a translator, we were able to connect, have a true connection without speaking one word directly, without understanding one word. But we still connected because we understood the human language of love, and we had a connection without words, and it was beautiful. And when I left, she said, "Thank you for being a guest in my home and teaching me about your America. You're my first friend and my first American friend coming into my home, and I feel honored that you chose to come here." She took the bracelet off of her wrist that cost less than 50 cents and placed it on mine. And every morning in the shower, I'd have to scrub off the green ring that it left around my wrist every morning. And every morning I would think about her and think about the family and all the other families that I met living with no electricity, no running water, kerosene lamps, barely any food in their fridge, old-fashioned cigar boxes with coins in it. And they would invite me into their home and literally cash in their coins and break their last piece of bread with me in some cases, just to learn what living in America is like. And every day when I'm taking my hot shower and eating my hot meal, my hot breakfast, I think about them and I'm forever touched. And I know she thinks about me. I know she'll never forget me just as much. And it meant the world to me that she gave me one of the only things that she owned, just as a thank you for coming into her home. And so I blessed her in many ways with the monetary gift that I left her, blessed her for many months, if not a year, just by that connection.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Traci, what do you attribute your success?
Hands down, bar none. It's my obsession with personal development, with what I feed my mind. It's reading my I am statements on a daily basis. In fact, I just put them away, or I'd show them to you. I literally have mine printed out, and I have them I have them laminated in a paper protector, and I still like the good old fashioned. I use a day planner still. Don't get me wrong. Everything's still on here, including my I am statements are accessible right on here. But I read them every day because it's the power of what you feed your mind with, from what you watch on TV to what you read. We are the sum total of the 5 core people we hang around with the most. And if you're looking to grow in your life, pay attention on who is in your sphere of influence and what you're putting in your mind before you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, those are your 2 most impressionable times, and what you're feeding yourself with. So I keep, one of my I am statements, I have a number of them that I read, but I am an amazing good luck generator. I possess the qualities that make me the perfect life partner. I am brimming with boundless energy and vitality. Everything that I eat and drink today nourishes my body and resonates the highest health and wellness possible. I am the conscious creator of my results. Those are just a few. And I say them firmly with my hand on my heart, with conviction out loud. Today I stood out on the deck. I don't care who sees it. I don't care who hears it. I don't care what the neighbors think. I am released to the good opinion of others, because this works when you actually. And I promise you, if you do it for 30 days, you'll notice a difference right away in your own frequency, in your own energy, your own vibration, and it will affect what you put in your mind, affects your attitude and how you show up in the world.
That's fantastic. I'm going to do those I am statements. I mean, I've done them before, but I don't have them in writing that I look at every day, but I'm going to do that from now on. I love that idea. So if you're listening out there, make your I am statements and start really focusing on your own personal development. As a mentor, what would you tell a young woman about how to succeed?
Keep your eye on the why and stay the course. When you focus on the why instead of the how, and on your results instead of your obstacles, everything shifts and changes. Everything shifts and changes. And secondly, surround yourself with peers, with friends and mentors who challenge you and stretch you further so you reach new heights that are higher than you ever dreamed possible. Surround yourself with people who support you and breathe life into your life, who breathe hope and vision into your vision. And then you create momentum by taking the daily relentless action toward your deepest, boldest desire.
Great advice. Let me ask you, I know a lot of people work full-time and then they have a part-time business. A lot of people in direct sales do that. And I'm wondering if you have any advice for those people who have a dream, who are taking action and who want to, keep the dream alive. What would you tell them as far as managing their time or whatever?
There's a few things. The first is to create the vision board, have a vision board or a vision book, and whatever your vision is, have it printed. I don't care if it's posted to your refrigerator. I don't care if it's on the door when you walk out. I don't care if it's taped in your car. I don't care if, have your vision, have it in writing, and write it, read it, and repeat it every single day. Look at the picture of what the end result is. And further, create your why. What is your why? Find the why that makes you cry. Dig deep and go big. Get really clear by peeling back the layers of an onion to really get to the roots of what will it mean for you and your family, or you and your community, you and your loved ones, if you actually achieve what you wrote down on the piece of paper, if you actually achieve your heart's desire. What does it mean? What does it mean for your lifestyle, for your bank account, for your growth, for your family? What does that mean for you? When you get in touch with your why, the why that makes you cry, the what doesn't matter, and the how always shows up. A third thing would be to really prioritize your frogs. Brian Tracy has a good book called Eat That Frog. It's one of my favorite business building books, Eat That Frog. And this is my own personal list. So I have a daily checkoff list, and I actually learned this from Jim Packard, who I met through Send Out Cards. And
Okay.
he taught me to, this is years ago. I've been doing this for probably 9 years. I've been with Send Out Cards for 9 years. And I very rarely miss. I love checking off, but I have personal development and I have business development. And on the backside, I have my frog. So when you prioritize your list, so when you have your vision, you reverse engineer the steps, that the things, the activities that you have to do on a daily, consistent basis to get to the goal. You prioritize that list, and every day have your frogs, know what your frogs are, and check those off on a daily basis. So you have to be very mindful and masterful on what you're spending your time on. And who are you spending your time with? What are you lending your time to? So when you get that laser focused, that you can literally, and this isn't a to-do list. I'm not talking about your to-dos. I'm talking about your actual income producing activities that move the needle in your income, that move the needle in your business, that move the needle in your marketing, that move the needle in your relationship building, that move the needle to an eventual yes for driving, whether it's your income or whatever it is for your business. Everyone's got a different business, but to know your why and be really mindful on who's in your sphere of influence, how you're being accountable, and what your frogs are that's going to move you forward closer in the direction of the dream.
Okay, so I hope that's helpful to everyone who's working full time, and even if you're not, I think it's a really helpful tool. So is there a way to get that tool? Are you able to share that, or is that on your website or anything? Or
okay, what I can do is
remember.
I'll share this tool as well as a couple other tools, as well as I'll give you the 10 keys on being a dreampreneur, the 10 must-dos that move the needle from dreamer to dreampreneur that will allow you to achieve your boldest goal and your most daring dream. There's 10 keys. I'll give you the keys. I'll give you my actual planner, and all you have to do, can you read this?
Yes.
You're going to text
Dare to 64600.
So you're going to take out your phone and you're going to text the word dare to, and the number you're going to text it to is 64600.
Okay.
It's going to prompt you to give your name and your email, and you're going to share what your number one goal or dream with me is. And in return for sharing, I will share my system and my products with you.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You can also opt in at tracibogan.com, and that's Traci with an I, TraciBogan. Okay,
so just a couple more things, and then we'll wrap it up. What lesson did you learn in backpacking around the world that you would like to leave with your audience? I know there's so many, right? How do you pick one out of 75,000 miles? I don't know.
There are so many lessons. Well, one of my favorite lessons is, oh my gosh, there are so many. You stumped me with that one. One of the things that I do is I have I learned the value of time, that we're here for this time. And it's like this 80-year dream. And what are we really, are we living? Are we loving? What do we matter in life? I went around the world asking people, what is your dream? If you could do anything, what would it be? And the common denominator that I found is all of us have the innate desire to know that our lives have mattered and to be loved and feel lovable. Okay. And so one of the things that I do to remind myself that I'm here for this 80-year dream is I have a jar of marbles on my desk, and I look at it every single day, truly every single day. And every marble represents a year. So here's how you can find out how many marbles are left in your jar. The CDC, the Center of Disease Control, says that the average lifespan of an adult is 78 years old. Just assuming we live to be 80, the happy, healthy, that's assuming we live happy, healthy lives to get to the age of 80. Anything past 80 are bonus years, okay? Take the number 80 and subtract your age and circle that number. For me, I have 34 marbles left in my jar. I have 34 more birthdays, 34 more Christmases, 34 more years with my nieces and nephews, with family members, with 34 years of leaving behind my legacy that will outlive me, to really step into my power and really share my voice and my message and to be the lighthouse for the world. 34 more years. When you condense your life into marbles and you see that sitting in a jar on your desk, there doesn't look like there's very many left. And tomorrow is truly promised to no one. So I ask of you to end this call here. What will you do with the amount of years represented by marbles? What will you do with the time that you have left here? Tomorrow is promised to no one. So the lesson that I learned from backpacking around the world is to truly make those years, those marbles, matter and count, to truly show up and make them matter.
Wow. What's next? That was very powerful. And that's a huge lesson. What's next for you, Traci? And then we'll say goodbye.
What's next? I'm on a mission to transform millions of dreamers into dreampreneurs through books, coaching, retreats. I feel very blessed. My book, the Backpack Diaries that I co-authored with Amy, we just optioned it with Mere Dog Productions to be turned into a motion picture. I'm very proud of that opportunity to work with Mere Dog Productions, and it's part of the Backpack Diaries is part of a multi-book project. And the first one, I've become very good friends with Kim Marie, who's the president of it, and she's also the movie producer and director. And she's got her own movie called Urban Myths coming out just in a few weeks. And I'm part of the premieres with her, and at the premieres we'll be announcing the film project and the Backpack Diaries as part of that project. And you can join that tribe as well at Urban Myths Movie. You can find that on Facebook or urbanmythsmovie.com, and join that tribe and be part of this incredible multi-movie philanthropic adventure. We're giving 100% of proceeds for the red carpet events, for the movie premieres, to a different local charity in every city that we go to. And I'm really thrilled to be part of this adventure with Kim Marie and with Mere Dog Productions. So that's what's next. And you can find the book, The Backpack Diaries, at thebackpackdiaries.com or tracibogan.com.
Well, Traci, thank you so much. I mean, this is really I have to say, this is my first real broadcast, and so delighted that you were able to join me today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Let's stay in touch, because I think there's just so much more that you have. And anyway, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And
Namaste.
I'll look forward to seeing you soon in the movies. And namaste.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure talking with you all.
Yes, please share this video. Right?
This is the beginning of our connection, our adventure together. Would love to stay connected with each of you. And have a wonderful day. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. So share this video if you found some value in it today. Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Lisa.
You bet. Thank you.